Now to the ongoing crisis down at the southern border.
So now then Kamala Harris is like asked about the border crisis. Like, what's going on with the border? Where's the crisis? As I've said before, there is no fucking border crisis. The crisis at the border has always been a crisis, I guess, depending on how you're looking at the issue. Okay, like it's not. This is like the immigrant caravan. You can either look at it like it's a crisis because like immigrants are coming in, or you can look at it as like people are coming in seeking asylum and we are fucking mistreating them horribly. Okay, if you are a person with like progressive values, you look at that and you go, it's a crisis because we are mistreating these people that just simply want to better themselves and have a better future for themselves. Cartels are the issue, you say. Yeah, dude, cartels are the reason. Cartels are fucking forcing people to immigrate at gunpoint. Partially, yes. Partially, you are correct. Here's how you fucking eliminate the problem with cartels. How do cartels get their guns? We sell it to them. Why do cartels have so much money? We buy their fucking drugs. So if you want to eliminate or eradicate cartels, you can push them towards legalizing and becoming like legitimate corporate entities, right? And then legally sell the marijuana and the cocaine and whatnot by decriminalizing this shit in the United States or legalizing it altogether. Cartels own Mexico. Good luck with that, buddy. That's true. They fucking do. I'm not saying that that's not true. I admit that. But if you want to address that root cause, if you want to address that problem, well, the way to do that is by eradicating their main form of making money.
Of Vice President Kamala Harris's first overseas trip since taking office.
She heads to Mexico today after spending yesterday in Guatemala, where she announced several initiatives and delivered a message to potential migrants there. Do not come to the United States. The vice president also sat down exclusively with NBC's Lester Holt, who began by asking her about that warning.
In the news conference here in Guatemala City, you had a message for would-be migrants. Don't come. Why should they believe you when they know that people are getting in?
I've been working on this issue for a very long time, and the kind of violence and danger that is associated with that trek, especially when we're talking.
Bro, this is literally, I've heard this from Republicans. I'm sorry. Like, this is the exact same take, dude. This is when Republicans say, oh, these parents are actually doing something that's terrible by putting their children up for this horrible trek. Don't come because like we care about your lives is another line that you hear from conservatives all the time. It's like just fucking virtue signaling. Like literally. I mean, obviously she's not supposed to say, come over, boys. The doors are open. Like obviously she can't fucking say that.
From Guatemala through Mexico to the United States. It is extremely dangerous. We are looking at a situation where people are fleeing because of hunger, because of the hurricanes, because of the pandemic. So the reason I am here is to address those issues, knowing that the people who are here for generations, they want to stay. They don't want to leave, but they need opportunity. They need assistance. They need support. Americans don't see a lot of that on a daily basis. What they do see at their own border, children being lowered over fences, children coming in with phone numbers stenciled on their hand. Yeah. And so the question has come up, and you heard it here, and you'll hear it again, I'm sure. It's why not visit the border? Why not see what Americans are seeing in this crisis? Well, we are going to the border. We have to deal with what's happening at the border. There's no question about that. That's not a debatable point. But we have to understand that there's a reason people are arriving at our border and ask what is that reason, and then identify the problem so we can fix it. Let's talk about the corruption issue. You're notably not visiting El Salvador or Honduras, where you have leaders who have had links to...
I had to fix my light. My light broke. Why don't you go to the border? Why don't you go to the border? Like, what are you going to do, bro, when you look at the border? Like, what are you going to see? I just don't... I find this to be fucking stupid, too. Like, you have to go to the border and see the problem there firsthand. Okay. Just look at it, dude. Look at the border. Okay, I'll just look at the border and fucking take photos at the border.
The corruption. Do you have enough reliable partners in this northern triangle in this region to do what needs to be done?
So, we are doing the work in the region as a whole. We've been engaged as an administration, as a country, at a high level with leaders in all three of the countries.
So what specifically are you offering these countries you're visiting? Is there a quid pro quo? If you do this, we'll do this?
No, it's not about quid pro quo. It's simply about understanding, if nothing else, that the return on our investment is the same return on your investment that if you have a neighbor on your block where you grew up who's having a hard time, it's in the best.
Dude, I can't. God damn. Dude, Kamala Harris is like kind of really bad at being charismatic. It's wild. Like, I really would have, dude, you have everything, dude. The main guy is literally like fucking half dead half the time. Like, how? Just do better, dude. What the fuck? Do better. How are you so fucking bad? Fucking sucks. Elizabeth Warren got so much more than her. Elizabeth Warren got fucking brutalized in her own state, and so did Kamala Harris. So, it didn't even count. I don't think she was running by the time we got to California in the primaries, but still.
Interest not only of your neighbor, but yourself to help them out, right? And that's how we think about this work. What is the United States' interest in this? We're prepared to show up and do it in a way that is motivated by the best interest of diplomacy and democracy and goodwill.
So how quickly does this change what we see at the border?
There's not going to be a quick fix. We're not going to see an immediate return, but we're going to see progress. The real work is going to take time to manifest itself. Will it be worth it? Yes. Will it take some time? Yes.
President Biden, as vice president, led a very similar effort. What's significantly different about what you're doing this time?
I'm building off of what the president, then Vice President Joe Biden, did at that time, but also understanding that.
LMFAO, she needs to smile more, right? That's literally not what I'm saying. It's kind of weird of you, a fucking 10-month subscriber, to like try to make it seem like I'm saying that like a female politician is not like sexy enough or is not smiling enough, when like she can't even she smiles too much. Thank you for the 69 gift subs, Cash App. She smiles too fucking much whenever she gets nervous. And also on top of that, like, she's just not doing a good job. Like, she's just not doing a fucking good job describing this shit. At least Joe Biden is like, whenever Joe Biden talks about a particular issue, at least every now and then you'll hear him like say some fucking completely psychotic nonsense. Like, completely psychotic nonsense. Like, yeah, Jack, Guatemalan's good because it's got the hottest babes, Jack. That's why we got to make sure that the hot babes are coming from Guatemala. And you're like, what the fuck? At least it's like somewhat entertaining. And then like, people are just like, oh, that's just good old Joe, dude. He's just being Joe. Wow, really popped off with the misogyny there, Hasan. You were right. She wants people to not come in a weird freak-like liberal way. Oh my God. Oh my God. She said, do not come. And that's the fucking main point of it's literally what she's saying, not how she looks. The chatter is self-reporting. Yeah, her sentiment expressed here is like not great. It's already a hard-ass thing to fucking describe the dumbasses to be like, we are partially responsible for the mass immigration that's happening, and it's going to actually become a problem in the future because of climate change destroying all manner of agricultural production. This 180 for Dems on immigration policies coming from political consultants for years, telling top Democrats to get as reactionary on immigration as Republicans because they have to preserve the economic status quo of global North-South, while realizing its current effects on immigration were inevitable. Yeah. I've said this so many times, folks. It's just like there's only one way that you can deal with this, okay? There's only one way that you can deal with this. Well, there's two ways, technically, but there's only one ethical way that you can deal with it. You either accelerate the cruelty and keep, like, making it so unmanageable to come to the United States that like you will get fucking murdered. Eventually you'll be put in a concentration camp and get murdered, and that will deter you from coming across the border, or you choose the or not choose, sorry, or you make it so that people don't even want to go to America, because like they don't want to make the trek, they don't want to come to America because they are fine back home. Okay. And economic stability and political stability back home will stop people from wanting to come to the United States if they have opportunity. Just keep going.
This moment is different in many ways. Take, for example, the pandemic. One of the first things we as a nation were
Dude, what a freak, dude.
able to offer Guatemala was support with their vaccines. I've made a commitment, and we announced it last week, of 500,000 vaccines to Guatemalans. Part of what we were doing is
Oh fuck! Before we get to this, by the way, before we get to this, I have to. Your name is on the mic. Yeah, it is. Like right here. Before we get to that, I do have to run an ad. So, top of the hour, every hour, it's time for a 6-second ad break. This is the first of the day. If you'd like to no longer see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You do it for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. Get those fucking primers out, boys. Adderall? What? Yeah, no transition. Shut up. I'm just running an ad break now. Okay, we're gonna continue with the video right now, but the ad break is coming. Here it is.
I've asked Microsoft to partner with us on what we can do to get people access to banking systems through technology and basically help them with their digital connectiveness. But the bones of the work, really, it's the same. Let's see the people, let's see their needs, and let's focus on it and understand our responsibility.
Why will it be successful this time if it wasn't in the past?
Well, I think there was success about what happened in the past. And again, when you look at what we're doing now, you're seeing progress. And so let's not overlook progress.
Just quickly put a button.
Okay.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
At some point, we are going to the border.
She gets so frazzled. That's the other thing. Like, she gets so frazzled and is like, for some weird reason, not like super confident. Just be like, yeah, I'm going to go to the border.
Been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I mean, I don't understand the point that you're making. I'm not discounting the importance of the border.
Well, I mentioned it because I know Republicans have certainly come at you on this, but Democratic Congress.
Just like, this is a great opportunity to be like, what do you want me to do at the border? Do a fucking photo op? Just like Ted Cruz did? Is that what you want? Is that going to solve the problem? Like, I think she could literally be like, I'm currently on a fucking trip to every South American country. Okay? Like, clearly I'm doing something right now. It might not be the best thing. Maybe not a lot of people agree with what I'm doing, but I'm doing something. I'm the fucking vice president. Do you want me to go and do a photo op at the border? Are you going to shut the fuck up if I do that? No. Because all of these fucking reactionaries that are crying about like me not going to the border are the same energy, are literally just like throwing out the same exact energy as people who are freaking out over the caravan. Threatening them directly in their home countries is definitely something. I'm just saying, even from a liberal standpoint, you could very easily flip this narrative. I'm portraying myself as a lib right now when I say, what do you want? Going to the border and taking photo ops at the wall is not going to change the immigration process in this country. Same reactionaries who criticized the squad for going to the border a few years back. Fantastic. Yeah, literally everyone made fun of AOC for crying at the border. Or not at the border, sorry, at an immigration detention facility. Everyone criticized her, and then Ted Cruz went and did the exact same thing, but on the other side. Ultimately, this issue is not an issue. This issue is not a fucking issue. Like, immigrants coming into the country is not a problem, okay? It's just not. It is literally not a problem.
Congressman Cuellar as a border district, has said to you and the president, come. You need to see this.
Listen, I care about what's happening at the border. I'm in Guatemala because my focus is dealing with the root causes of migration. There may be some who think that that is not important, but it is my firm belief that if we care about what's happening at the border, we better care about the root causes and address them. And so that's what I'm doing.
As mentioned, the vice president wraps up her trip in Mexico today, where she'll meet with the country's president. And Lester will
She was also a senator and an attorney general from a state with a large border in Mexico. Yeah.
have more of that exclusive interview tonight on.
Anyway, Kamala Harris is no genius, obviously. Oh, Bob A criticizes Republicans for embracing 2020 falsehoods. Yeah, I don't really care about Tucker Carlson's take on Kamala Harris. Like, Tucker Carlson is going to do what Tucker Carlson does and like vilify Kamala Harris and criticize her, not from a legitimate standpoint, but instead because she's like a liberal, 2, brown, so and 3, woman. So obviously, like, you know, Tucker Carlson is gonna like belittle her, say she's fucking stupid. Question her intelligence, despite the fact that what she's saying basically is what you would want a Republican to say as well. Or that Vice video is whacked. What, did you guys watch it already? It's not good? Yeah, the video sucks ass. It's pretty bad, lol. It's kind of mid. I mean, I haven't seen it yet. Here, we can watch it right now. Here, fuck it. Let's just watch.